What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna have a little story time. I haven't done one of these yet, so it's a little different to me, but I like to do these when I kind of run out of ideas, which I got a lot of stuff coming up. It's just waiting on it is the issue. So before we get into all this story time, I hope everybody's doing well. If you haven't seen the last video, I'll put it in the cards above, which if you haven't seen the R6 video, this versus R6, I'll put that up in there as well. Let's get into this story time. Okay, so it was a gloomy day. No, I'm just kidding. I was driving with my stepdad. I think I was on this. He was on his FJR, and we switched. And I drove it. It was such a nice bike, such a nice ride. It's so different going from like a sport touring to like, or from a naked bike to a sport touring. It's like the totally different world. And this was right around when I first got this, so I was still very new to kind of a heavier bike, and then I went to that, which is even heavier. Gotta love traffic on a motorcycle. You know, I drove it, a great time, got home, and I went to go turn it around in a real kind of tight area in my driveway. And of course, I was used to driving the bikes at the motorcycle safety thing, which don't go out of the motorcycle safety course. Don't go out of the motorcycle safety course with thinking that bikes are as spongy as brakes as the ones that are there, because they've been used very, very heavily. And of course, you get on a bike that's got new brakes, you're going to do probably what I did. So they always say when you're turning, you know, you counter, balance, steer, whatever, and you kind of hold the rear brake down just a little bit, and it'll bring you right around. When I was going through the course, of course, the brakes on those bikes are very, very spongy, so you really have to push down to get it, of course, to swing around. So I went to go spin the bike around, use the rear brake, and the brakes were there. Shall I say. I hit the brake and that thing just started to go down on me, and I had the whole bike on my leg, and I just very, very slightly brought it down. It just happened so fast. Like, it was seconds and it was on the ground. I don't know how. I just had like Hulk strength, and I just lifted this thing right up. I guess because I was so nervous and it was just adrenaline was going. Don't ask me how I picked this thing up, because I probably couldn't do that on a regular day. I got it back up and I checked the damages, you know, hoping it was just like a little scrape, but hit like the mirror, valve cover, a little bit on a saddlebag. That was really it. I mean, it's very little. You probably wouldn't even notice it, but once you see it, it's like, oh. But anyways, offered to pay for it, got new parts, you know, it happens. But try to do it on your own motorcycle so you don't feel as bad, because of course my stepdad's stuff is like pristine, like perfect, and I had to go drop one of his favorite bikes, so felt like a dummy for a while. But you live and you learn. Like I said, try to do it on your bike, not someone else's. But what I'm trying to get at is always test the bike that you're on, even if it's on like a little test drive, like a brand new bike. It's going to act totally different than, for say, your bike or the bike you drove before it. Every bike's different with the wear on the brakes and the tires and the power and the clutch grab and all that. So make sure that before you get on these bikes thinking that you know what you're doing, just make sure you test all these things. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got a little discouraged after that, and I'm like, oh man, I can't even ride a bike anymore. But you just learn from it, try to get better. So my weak point driving a bike is probably U-turns. I get like super freaked out about them. This bike, for say, is a little different than others because of the assist clutch or whatever. It's cool to a point, but when you're really trying to like inch out or trying to have the clutch grab through corners or whatever, it's a little different. And for say, like I'm saying, you gotta learn that every bike's not the same. So this right here starts to grab like right there, and others grab up here, and there's no like assisted at all. But say if you're not comfortable, like this is what I do, I'm not comfortable doing U-turns, so I try to find like a parking lot every once in a while and try to brush up on the skills, because I mean, you do get rusty in any instance. You might not have been on a bike for a while and you go to let off at a red light and you stall it or whatever. It's something so simple that you can just drop a bike. So I can't go over there. I got one of these stupid naked bikes. I'm just kidding. It's all love with the Harley guys, man. Some people today, I swear it's been like 5 or 6 people like I waved to and they're like, nope, not waving. Whatever, if it makes their ego feel better or make it bigger, that's fine. They gotta do what they gotta do. I swear this, it's just recently, like, I haven't been able to do videos and I feel like something's like missing. Like I actually have been missing it. It's just a lot of stuff been going on behind the scenes. It's just, things happen. It is what it is. It's life. Just trying to keep my head up and keep grinding, pumping out content for you guys. So I'm gonna get up next to this wall here. I'm gonna try to make this thing pop, because it's really hard to hear on the mic. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not sure why it doesn't pick it up as loud as it actually is. Oh my goodness gracious, you gotta be kidding me. Ooh. Alright guys, that's the best I can do for you. This guy's going 35 mile an hour under the speed limit. Hey, there's a Gsx-S. First crotch rocket I've seen all day, swear to God. Don't do it. Don't do it. But I hope you guys are enjoying the content recently. I'm trying to learn some new things. It's like the little stuff, like how like the cuts are and the transitions, and it is so much to learn. It's probably one of the biggest learning experiences I'll ever be a part of. There's a lot that goes into these videos that people just wouldn't see. You know, you see these people that make these videos for a living and it's like, oh, I wish I could ride my bike and edit and everything. It takes hours to edit and hope that your camera equipment's working and the mic's working and everything turned out good. And it's definitely a struggle at times, but I mean, it's probably one of the best struggles you could ever go through. Oh, whoa, almost stalled her, bud. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stick around if you're new. We'll be seeing you on the flip side. Peace.